Here's a step-by-step guide to installing Windows 10 from a USB drive. Step 1. Prepare the USB drive. Insert the USB drive, at least 8 GB, into your computer. Download the Windows 10 Media Creation Tool from the Microsoft website. Run the Media Creation Tool and select Create Installation Media for another PC. Choose your language, edition, and architecture, 32-bit or 64-bit, then select USB flash drive. Select your USB drive and let the tool create a bootable USB drive. Step 2. Change boot order in BIOS. Restart your computer. While booting, press the key to enter BIOS, UEFI, usually F2, F12, Dell, or ESC. In BIOS, UEFI, go to the boot menu and set the USB drive as the first boot device. Save changes and exit BIOS. Step 3. Install Windows 10. Restart your computer with the USB plugged in. The computer should boot from the USB, and the Windows 10 installation screen will appear. Select your language, time, and keyboard layout, then click Next. Click Install Now. If prompted, enter your product key. You can skip this if you want to enter it later. Select Custom. Install Windows Only, Advanced. Choose the drive, partition where you want to install Windows, then click Next. Step 4. Complete setup. Windows will start installing. Your PC will reboot a few times during the process. After installation, you'll be prompted to set up your region and keyboard layout, your user account and password, privacy settings and Wi-Fi connection. Step 5. Install drivers and updates. Once Windows 10 is installed, go to Settings, Update and Security, Windows Update, and click Check for updates. Install necessary drivers for your hardware. Your Windows 10 installation is now complete. 4.0 Mini U said. More description. ChatGPT said. ChatGPT. Here's a more detailed step-by-step guide to install Windows 10 from a USB drive. Step 1. Prepare the USB drive. Insert the USB drive. Plug a USB drive with at least 8 GB of free space into a working computer. Download the Windows 10 Media Creation Tool. Visit the official Windows 10 download page. Click on Download Tool now to download the Media Creation Tool. Run the Media Creation Tool. Open the downloaded Media Creation Tool.exe file. Accept the license terms. Create Installation Media. Select Create Installation Media for another PC and click Next. Choose the following options. Language. Select your preferred language. Edition. Choose Windows 10. Architecture. Select 32-bit or 64-bit based on your system. Most modern PCs use 64-bit. Select USB drive. Choose USB flash drive. Ensure your USB drive is plugged in. Select the correct USB drive from the list. Click Next. The tool will download the Windows 10 ISO file and create a bootable USB drive. Step 2. Change boot order in BIOS, UEFI. Restart your computer. Keep the USB drive plugged in, then restart your computer. Enter BIOS, UEFI settings. As your computer starts, immediately press the BIOS key, commonly F2, Dell, ESC, or F12, depending on your manufacturer. A menu will appear that allows you to change system settings. Set USB as the primary boot device. Inside BIOS, UEFI, navigate to the Boot tab or Boot Order menu. Set the USB drive as the first boot device, before the hard drive. Save the changes and exit BIOS, usually by pressing F10 and selecting Yes to save. Step 3. Start the installation of Windows 10. Boot from USB. The computer will restart, and it should now boot from the USB drive. If it doesn't automatically boot from the USB, press the boot menu key, commonly F12, when the computer starts and select the USB drive manually. Windows Setup. When Windows Setup begins, you'll see the Windows logo and the installation screen. Select your language, time, region, and keyboard layout, then click Next. Click Install Now. The next screen will prompt you to click Install Now to begin the installation process. Enter your product key. If prompted, enter your Windows 10 product key. If you don't have a key, you can choose I don't have a product key and proceed with the installation. You can activate Windows later. Choose installation type. You'll be asked to choose between upgrade and custom installation. Custom is the option to perform a fresh installation, recommended for most users. Upgrade is for upgrading an existing installation, but it's not recommended if you want to start fresh. Select partition. You'll be shown a list of drives and partitions. Choose the partition where you want to install Windows. If you're doing a clean install, you can delete the existing partitions. Be careful. This will erase data. And select the unallocated space for installation. Click Next. Windows installation. The setup will start copying files and installing Windows. This process can take a while, 20–40 minutes depending on the hardware and USB speed. Your PC will restart several times during the installation. Step 4. Set up Windows 10 personalization. After the installation is complete, you'll be prompted to customize Windows 10. Choose your region and keyboard layout, then click Next. Sign in. You'll be prompted to sign in with a Microsoft account. If you don't want to use one, click Offline Account to create a local user account. Set a password for your account, optional but recommended. Choose Privacy Settings. Windows will prompt you with privacy settings. You can adjust these according to your preferences, such as enabling or disabling data collection, location tracking, etc. Wi-Fi setup. If prompted, connect to a Wi-Fi network. Finalize setup. Windows will finalize the setup and prepare the desktop. This may take several minutes. Step 5. Install drivers and updates. Windows Update. Once you're at the Windows desktop, go to Settings, Update and Security, Windows Update and click Check for updates. This will install the latest updates and drivers for your system. Install hardware drivers. Windows 10 will automatically try to install most drivers. However, for certain hardware, you might need to manually install drivers, such as graphics or network drivers. Visit the manufacturer's website to download the latest drivers. Step 6. Final setup. Activate Windows. If you didn't enter a product key during installation, go to Settings, Update and Security, Activation to enter the key now and activate Windows. Personalize your system. Set your preferred theme, wallpaper, and Start menu settings. Install applications. Now that Windows is installed and activated, you can start installing your programs, like web browsers, office suites, and other software. Troubleshooting tips. USB not booting. Make sure the USB drive is correctly set as the first boot device in BIOS. If necessary, create the bootable USB drive again. Missing drivers. If Windows doesn't automatically install some drivers, visit your computer manufacturer's website to download them manually. Windows stuck at setup. If the installation gets stuck, try restarting the computer and rebooting from the USB drive again. By following these steps, you should have Windows 10 installed on your PC from a USB drive. Enjoy your new system.